So this all starts off back when I talked about earlier with spiritual side of you. So if you don't believe that you have a spiritual side of yourself, you don't have that connection, you don't have that belief, lean into your soul. The entity that I see and talk to you and relate to you through email, on the telephone, through these videos, when we meet up for our calls, that is the humanness of you. That's just one part of you. Part of you that's infinite, that knows all things, that is aware of all things, that knows that everything is available because everything's already been created. We just need to get onto that vibration. You are in that now area with your human body. So connect to that spiritual side of you, because your spiritual side is perfect. Your DNA is perfect. It's a blueprint of who and what you are. And so don't tell me that you have this chromosome problem or that problem. That may be there listed in the physicalness of that. But with your mind, you can change that. You can totally turn that around. You are not the product of the blueprint only, or your genetics or your DNA. Your DNA, your spiritual DNA is perfect. It's how you're expressing it. And how you express it is based on the environment around you. And internally, your point of power, how you respond to that environment, how you interact, what actions you take. So when you have the awareness that, oh, well, medicine has given me X diagnosis. I don't have to let X diagnosis have me. I may have it. That may be a label that they would like to tie to me, like brunette, brown eyes, woman. But that doesn't need to be limiting me. I am not going to make an agreement with that. I have awareness. I have an attitude of I can create whatever I would love. And the system works if you work it. Getting an idea, holding that vision, bring that idea into your subconscious regularly with your vision, twice a day if you can. Reading your vision, not just reading it, because you can read it and get through it quickly, so you're done quite quickly. I'd rather than you do it only once a day, lean into it with emotion, how wonderful it is to hold my baby and what am I doing? But when I'm actually leaning into that, I talk about how happy, grateful, and delighted I am that I have this beautiful, amazing home down in, and I'm specific, the Turks and Caicos. And I love that we have that ability to go down there for 6 weeks from November to mid-December. I love waking up to the sound of the surf and the breeze that's so warm on my skin at 5 a.m. And I can walk along the shore and feel the cool sand because the sun has not yet kissed it with its heat. And midday, how I can walk on the sand and feel the surf in my toes and that hot white sand as it filters through my toes, walking hand in hand with my husband, how we chat and love and hear the seagulls and see the boats and hear the sound of the water, the waves slapping up against the boats nearby, and then breathing in that salty air and just enjoying how wonderful it is. Totally different than saying, I'd love to be down south for 2 times a year with my husband. So putting on all the emotions, all the senses. Yes, the senses can serve you well, but you're using them with your idea, not letting the paradigm, your habits that aren't serving you well, your knee-jerk reactions, those voices of, you can't do this, and it's not safe, and, oh, well, you're okay for now. You haven't had a baby so far. Your life is good. Well, is your life truly good? Because if it is in you and it is one of your core values, then you're in denial. You're not leaning into what you would love. So you want to look at your thoughts, find the feelings that are going with that, have the emotions to create your action to cause your results. And as you shift your thoughts and you're shifting your feelings and the different course of results, shifting your actions, you will move into having the results that you would love. So success is not a lot of work. It's a lot of mindset. It's a lot of thinking. I've seen Bob Proctor talk about how it's 95% thinking and 5% strategy. And I've heard other people say it's 99.9% the thinking, the vision, what it is that you would love, and even just feeling good now. Your vision really makes you feel anxious and uncomfortable, no matter if it's 5 or 10 years out and you realize, well, I'm 35 and at 45, I can't lean into that. Well, lean into what makes you feel good now. Leaning into what can feel good now with your relationships, what can feel good now with your vocation, your career, what can feel good now in your time and money freedom. When you lean into those other ones and have a full spectrum vision, it's not just about the baby. It's not just about the family. It's about the other pieces, because you could have all the right vision and work with it all the time and be doing amazing things with that. But if you're in a life sucking job, it's taking its toll on you and it's keeping you from changing your thoughts in other areas. You are attracting those thoughts, and with your work, you're attracting them into other areas of your life. If you have relationship challenges, if you've had challenges with siblings, parents, especially parents, if there's something going on that you haven't worked with and acknowledged, we'll talk about forgiveness and gratitude later on, and how that can move you and help bring you up that level of awareness, bringing up that frequency to bring you into that success.